Good evening, Doc. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me and accommodating and hosting me on your on tonight's news.
All right, now let me start off by asking what brought on the need to hold this event in the first place?
So we had seen a great need based on the misinformation that had been going on within WhatsApp groups and other social media platforms. And this was more or less heightened when the UK had announced that it was rolling out COVID vaccines late last year. So we felt that there was a need for the community, not just in the UK, but also the Zambian community in general, to be made aware of information around COVID vaccines and also COVID vaccine development and testing in general.
All right, now, as a vaccinologist and immunologist, why is it important for people to have the correct information on these life-saving vaccines?
I think it's very important because vaccines, we know, have served as very important tools in global health for preventing disease. So these are actually really great tools that have shown that you can prevent various infections. And it's important that people have the right information so that they can make the right informed choices and decisions about taking COVID vaccines. There's a lot of misinformation out there, and a lot of this is just because people are unaware of the process that it takes to develop and test vaccines. More especially that now we're facing a global pandemic, it's really important that we know the need for these vaccines, because we've had vaccines for a long time. For instance, BCG is a vaccine that we get at birth. So there's really important to know what the need for vaccines are, not just for within the pandemic, but also generally in terms of what vaccines are available.
So what are your words to fellow Zambians who may be a little hesitant about getting the vaccine as and when they start getting into the country?
So what I can say is that vaccines work, vaccines protect, and vaccines have a role in medicine. So these are great tools, and I think it's important that when you get the chance to get the vaccine when it's rolled out, hopefully eventually in Zambia soon, that you have the right information to be able to make a decision to access the vaccine. It's also important that Zambians access information from the right sources. There's a lot of information out there, but it's important that you access information from the right sources. WHO is putting out press statements in regards to vaccine information, the Ministry of Health, the Zambia National Public Health Research Institute. These are really well trusted sources of information. And I'll just end by saying vaccines work, vaccines protect, and vaccines are required, especially now during the global pandemic.
All right, thank you so much, Doc.